Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today I'm going to continue my series discussing the new miniseries from HBO, Chernobyl, and we're going to talk about episode 3. So, as I said in my previous two videos, this show has been phenomenal. I think the production on the show has been absolutely incredible. I think the acting's been solid. There's just a lot to really enjoy about the show, and I think that episode 3 continues that trend, and the production team on this show just continues to blow me away. So, episode 3 of the show focuses mainly on what is going on with the people that were immediately introduced to the radiation when the initial disaster happened. We're seeing the firefighters, we're seeing the engineers from the beginning, and how just this radiation has destroyed their bodies in a matter of days. And I have to, really give some applause to the production team and the effects team. This is some of the most disturbing imagery and most powerful imagery I've seen in a television show in a long time. Their ability to use prosthetics, makeup, and show the deterioration of these humans' bodies, these firefighters, the liquidators, the people that came in to stop the initial release of everything, and just how much it's destroyed their bodies. The radiation has torn away at their skin, made their cells at a molecular level be affected, and just seeing them basically just melt. The way they look is so disturbing and so powerful, but it is a reminder of what this is, the force that's behind it. You hear about acute radiation poisoning and things like that, but seeing a recreation of this might be one of the most powerful things on the show so far. Speaking of which, this episode dives a little bit more into the relationship and what's happening with the firefighter and his wife that you saw in the first two episodes. They've kind of bounce back and forth, but them being the more human element on the other side of the political element of the show. And I think the performance in particular by Jessie Buckley, who plays the wife, was excellent. Her being with her husband and being there for him and supporting him, and just really watching him die, watching his body just disintegrate, just watching the skin slough off and everything, and her still being there, willing to risk her life, and as you see later on the episode, of risking something else, is very powerful. And it's hard to watch because you're watching someone who loves someone and knows they're dying, knows it's gone, but doesn't want to accept it, is willing to put themselves at risk just to have a few more touching moments with them. And I thought she gave an excellent performance. As for the political side of the show, this episode is starting to really unravel just how much the Communist Party and the government of the USSR does not want this information out, and they're willing to risk as many lives as possible to not look bad. And they're showing how the scientific community is at such odds with the Communist Party and the political party. And they show the KGB tailing them, following them. They do not want any information released. They even arrest the scientist at one point, even though she does end up being released. But it shows that they're not willing to compromise on this. There isn't going to be a way where they're going to let this just slide. And that is another really powerful aspect of the show. Another scene in particular I thought was very jarring that you typically don't see on a normal television show is the scene with the miners. You're seeing these individuals come in, the liquidators, the real heroes of the situation, the people that are putting themselves at great risk, knowing that there's a very good chance they will die just to save people. And the scene with them when I was honestly taken back, when they're fully nude. It's too hot, they can't use fans because they don't want to release the air, they don't want to have more contamination. And they took off all their stuff because it's too hot inside the mines. They're digging underneath the power plant to help prevent or stop the meltdown. And yeah, seeing that imagery of these nude men walking around covered in dirt, knowing that they're being exposed to these horrible chemicals, and they even have conversations knowing that they have no safety, they have no guarantee of any support after this, but they're willing to do this because at the end of the day, it's what needs to be done. That's one of the things that's been a thread on this show since the beginning, is people, ordinary people, these liquidators as they call them, going in, doing what needs to be done, knowing that no matter what, they're probably going to be exposed, their lives are going to be shortened, if not ended. And it's just, this show is incredibly powerful, and they've done an excellent job executing that. So those are my thoughts on episode 3. Like I said, this show has been phenomenal. I really think that it is a show that a lot of people should check out. I'm hoping, like I said, that after Game of Thrones has ended, people are going to try to check out some of these new shows. And this is one that I would highly recommend. If you have not seen it, definitely check it out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And let me know how you're feeling about the series so far. Do you feel like it's keeping up its momentum? that it is one of the best shows on television, in my opinion. And yeah, see you guys next time.